Hello. Since I know people like mukbang, I'm not gonna be just eating and look at the camera only. I'm gonna be eating and watching YouTube. But what I got, nigga food, Popeyes. But what I like to do if I got the money, well, I don't, but hopefully Target or Macy's accept me. I got mac and cheese, barbecue sauce, and a motherfucking chicken sandwich. Now you're gonna be wondering, my friend questioned my like choices on this, but I was like, honestly, I'm a proud fat nigga. This shit is the bomb. Imagine when I'm high, if I could get weed. This is not a large, right? Cheese. Hold up. Actually, it's better if I put it on the patty. Go like that. Yeah. Right. Put the mac and cheese. This is what they should be selling. Mac and cheese chicken sandwich. Oof. You grab this. Open that up. Oh yeah. Then you pour the bad boy. You can pour the sauce first or the mac and cheese first. Really up to you. You're the one who chooses, not me. Look at that. Some might consider this nasty. Some might be wondering, what the fuck is this nigga doing? But guess what? This tastes good. I fucking love.
Female fencer disqualified after refusing match with a transgender athlete. Okay, let's see here. Taking a knee.
You know, there is a member on the board of directors here who supports me, and there is a policy that acknowledges me as a woman, so I am allowed to fence, and you will get black carded, is what trans rival Redmond Sullivan told Stephanie Turner,
I
who
guess
took a
so.
knee in protest. After refusing to compete, Turner was issued a black card by fencing officials, which suspended her from the competition. The controversial decision has sparked outrage on social media among users left dismayed by a female athlete being punished for choosing not to line up against a biological male.
And this is also like, fencing is it's a direct, like, it's different than, let's say, I don't know, like tennis, right? Or like basketball in a way, because like in basketball, you're playing against the other player, but like having a like physically interacting with the other player is not the win condition, whereas in fencing it kind of is, or track, right? Yeah, this isn't track and field. Well, actually, I mean, y'all remember that bong, like that shit. I guess maybe track and field is a physical sport now, right? Or at least it is in America. And anyway, it's a, yeah, like what I'm saying is fencing is a combat sport, right? And so that's what's so crazy to me about this, is that this isn't even defined. We'll listen to it.
In an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com, fencing star Turner revealed she has been scared to reach out to USA Fencing with her concerns, given the pro-trans views of high-ranking officials within the governing body. I don't even want to reach out because if I do, then I won't ever have a fair bout in my life.
This is what needs to happen, is that the other people that are competitors need to support her, because it doesn't really matter what the administration thinks, but if you have a bunch of people that are refusing to compete, then there's no, like, how can you be an administrator for something that's not happening? Well, then your job disappears. So then, right? Yeah. And so that's what they need to do. I mean, more than anything. So yeah, I watched the interview on Fox. It was on yesterday. Yeah, I'll look at it in a minute. So Fox interviewed her after this happened. Isn't the point that gender is arbitrary here? Like, it really doesn't matter? Well, I'm going to assume, like in every single other instance of physical expression, that actually gender does matter and men come out on top. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm just gonna guess that because of like literally every single other one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I've got to, like if you want to bet on one or the other, I bet what it's going to be. And so, yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's go back here. Reaction speed and reach is my guess. Well, let's watch the interview first.
We're interested in a female fencer stands up for fairness in women's sports.
Yeah.
She did it by taking a knee and refusing to compete against a biological male at a tournament over the weekend. The referee's response, a black card, the sport's most severe penalty, which means expulsion from the tournament. Let's bring in the athlete at the center of it all, Stephanie Turner. And Stephanie, thanks so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Adorable. Buck?
Thanks for having me.
I don't know how you I don't know how you can reconcile the fact that you have gendered competitions in fencing, but you don't want to have gendered competitions in fencing for this. I don't understand this at all. How does this work? Like, what's the thinking here? Well, I guess there isn't any.
So this was an Olympic qualifying event. My understanding of it is. This was something that you had prepared all your life for. It wasn't an Olympic qualifying event? I'm sorry. I had heard that this morning.
No, it wasn't.
It was an important event, though. And this is something that you've been preparing for an awfully long time. You decided that you were going to take yourself out of the tournament. What was the thinking in leading up to the decision where you took a knee?
Right. So this was actually a regional tournament held by the USFA at the University of Maryland. So
it's a competitive event then, right? I mean, because, we're not talking about like a practice or, training or sparring or something. This is a competitive event.
Part of my pre-competition ritual is to check the online registration to see who is going to be there and just double check my check-in times.
Yeah, that would make sense.
On the registration list, I saw Redmond Sullivan's name listed there. And I recognized this individual from a previous Redux article that had been written saying that this person was a man who had previously competed on the men's team at Wagner and was now competing as a woman within the USFA.
Yeah.
So
that seems interesting.
From that point, I just got really disappointed with the USFA and with this tournament, and I just felt like at a loss. I'd already committed so much money to it and training hours, and I was literally looking forward to this. I do this tournament every year. Yeah. I think this may be like my 10th year in a row doing this tournament. And I just got really sad and I started crying because this was like the last thing I wanted to deal with in my competition.
So at one point in the video, we see you take a knee, and then the official comes over. What did you say to the official at that point?
So the official came over to me and asked if I was still...
So they compete in the men's team, then the women? Sounds like it's not fair, and the guy was there to beat up on women? I don't really think he's there to beat up on women necessarily. I think that, like, really... Ooh. The problem is that, in my opinion, like, it's a very easy solution, right? But I think that a lot of people just don't really seem to understand it. And it's crazy that, like, a combat sport, there's even any debate on this, and, like, the Association for Fencing even allows it. That's what's really crazy to me, is that, like, I mean, if you're, like, a trans person competing in the other gender, like, yeah, that's not a good thing. But, like, really, I mean, it's the people that are letting it happen are the ones that are really wrong.
Refusing to fence.
It's insane, yeah.
And I said yes. Oh, and you're talking about initially?
Yes.
Or when I got the black card?
No, initially.
Initially, I told them that I was refusing to fence because this person is a man and I am a woman, and this is a women's tournament, and I refuse to fence on principle.
And then later, right after this, we see your opponent comes over. What did you say to your opponent at that point?
Yeah, that's common sense. I mean, how could anybody be against this? It's astonishing to me. It's really concerning how hostile chat's been recently. It's just common sense and ban them. It's very unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, I do think this is chat. Like, I think that with any social issue or something like that, people are going to be very opinionated about it. Like, I'm not that worried about somebody in chat getting mad or something like that. I mean, yeah, if somebody gets upset, then, you know, they'll get banned. But I mean, other than that, it's not that big of a deal. My opponent was a little bit
confused, thinking that I was maybe hurt. And I said, no, I am refusing to fence you because I'm a woman and you are a man.
Yeah.
I have much love and respect for you, but I will not compete against you.
Wow.
And he responded, okay, well, there's a, yes?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sorry, what was his response?
Talk, nigga.
His response was, okay, but there's a member of the board of directors here, and he supports me, and there's a policy that says that I'm a woman and I'm allowed to compete in the women's tournament, and if you do this, you're going to get black carded. And I said, I know.
Yeah.
So here's what USA Fencing said in a statement to Fox News Digital. USA Fencing enacted our current transgender and non-binary athlete policy in 2023. The policy was designed to expand access to the sport of fencing and create inclusive, safe spaces. It goes on to talk more, but this idea about inclusive, safe spaces, what about inclusive?
Well, what are they saying here? So the policy is based on the principle that everyone should have the ability to participate in sports and was based upon the research available of the day. Well, I mean, it's based on a principle, but it's not based on science, is it? Because, like, why are all the other ones segmented by gender? Why isn't yours? I wonder why. Yeah, it's shocking. Yeah, like, what research is it that you're finding that shows you that biological men don't still have an advantage over women in sports? Well, how does this happen?
I'm full as
like, and also, how can you even research this? Because basically, like, if a person says that they're trans, they're basically trans. This is something that you decide. So it's not like you have to be of a certain body mass index. You don't have to, you know, have long hair. You don't need to have long nails. If a person wants to be trans, they just decide to be trans, right? And so how could you do any research on this in the first place? Because there's a huge spectrum of people that are trans. There are people that are trans and you would probably not, like, there are people that look like 98% like a woman.